Broncos. I'm London Foreman.
And I'm Sam Fraley. Welcome to this edition of Inside Bronco Sports. Now
we head to the Diamond. Central Oklahoma let an early lead slip away and couldn't keep pace with number 7 Rogers State, falling 21-10 in an MIAA matchup at Wendell Simmons Field. UCO jumped out at a strong start as Trevor Rowe and Elijah Alexander hit solo home runs in the second inning to take a 2-0 lead. In the third, Colton Ayers drove in Cade Sheldon with a sacrifice fly after a leadoff triple, and Hayden O'Toole followed with a 2 RBI double to score Rowe and Drake Lee, pushing the lead to 5-0. But the game shifted in the fourth inning when Rogers State responded with an 8-run frame to take control. The Hillcats continued to build their lead, going up 13-7 in the sixth and 14-8 in the seventh before a 7-run eighth made it 21-9. Elijah Alexander added his second solo home run of the game in the eighth, but UCO couldn't extend the game and fell via run rule for the second time in the season series. The loss moves UCO to 20-20 overall and 11-15 in the MIAA. The Broncos continue their 8-game homestand this weekend, hosting Arkansas Fort Smith for a 3-game conference series beginning Friday.
Friday, UCO softball won their first game and lost their second against Emporia State. UCO's Riley Lemos flamed a grand slam to an 8-run rise in the first inning that put the Central Broncos ahead 9-0. However, the Broncos fell 3-2 in the nightcap after a failed final inning comeback. UCO softball is now 33-10 on the season and 10-4 in conference play. The Central Broncos will return to the field this Friday in Nebraska against Nebraska at Kearney.
Central Oklahoma hits the water this weekend at the Division II Invite on Lake Minneola, taking on some of the top teams in the nation. Racing gets underway Friday afternoon and wraps up Saturday morning. Head coach Luke Reynolds says this is a big test for the Broncos as they continue building toward the championship season. UCO enters the weekend ranked number 6 in the nation with Cal Poly Humboldt and Embry-Riddle holding the top 2 spots. The Broncos are coming off a strong performance in Oklahoma City, where their varsity 8+ boat earned Boat of the Week honors after a win over multiple programs. That core lineup returns to lead the way in Florida, while the varsity 4+ boat also looks to build on back-to-back wins from last weekend. After this event, Central Oklahoma has one more regular season stop before heading into the postseason, including the GNAC Championships in May.
Central Oklahoma bounced back in a big way Sunday, defeating Northwest Missouri 4-3 in MIAA women's tennis action to earn a crucial weekend split. The Broncos improved to 12-3 overall and 4-1 in conference play, staying right in the hunt in a tight MIAA title race. UCO set the tone early, sweeping all 3 doubles matches to claim the point. Their 13th doubles point win this season and a perfect 15-0 in MIAA doubles competition. In singles, Mei Hasagawa and Pete Kamada each picked up straight set wins to give Central a 3-0 lead. Karina Yurchenko sealed the match at number 4 singles, winning a 3-set battle to clinch the 4-3 victory. Up next, the Broncos return home for their final 2 matches before heading into the postseason. Coming up after the break, the UCO men's golf team are MIAA champions.
And Abby Avers sat down with UCO wrestler Gabe Johnson. Stay tuned.
Happy birthday! Make a wish.
Miss you guys.
Blue skies smiling at me, talking about blue skies. Do I see bluebirds singing a song, talking about blue skies from now on?
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Are you really sure this is all going to fit?
Oh, it'll fit. I got that.
All right.
When hauling anything, ensure it's secure. Losing your load is dangerous for all drivers. We want everyone to make it home safe. Help make Oklahoma safe by securing your load.
The UCO men's golf team are MIAA champs. The Broncos went 11 under in the tournament but had a rough start in the first round, shooting 5 over, but had a strong performance in the second and third rounds, shooting 6 and 10 under. The Broncos beat second place Central Missouri by 21 strokes. Over on the women's side, they finished their last in-season tournament in second place at the Spring Region Preview at the Shangri-La Golf Course, just falling short of Arkansas Tech. They will compete in the Women's MIAA Championships next week in Warrensburg, Missouri. UCO men finished the regular season in first place, and 4 golfers finished in the top 6 individually. The women finished the regular season in third place.
The UCO women's soccer team finished their final game of the spring season against a competitive matchup in Texas against Tyler, facing a 2-0 loss, and another match against Texas women's with a 1-0 loss. Although the season is over, the team was able to finish their soccer fundraiser and raised over $10,000 to support their fall season and performance.
A lot of energy is in the building in Edmond as the UCO football team prepares to take the field for their annual spring game this weekend, giving fans their first chance to see what the 2026 squad might look like. The Broncos, who went 6-5 last season, fell a little bit shy of expectations, primarily because of the phenomenal 11-2 season they had the year prior. This year, they'll be looking to bounce back and prove that season wasn't a fluke. Kickoff is set for this Saturday afternoon at Chad Richardson Stadium.
UCO Wrestling wrapped up their season, and one wrestler just picked up his biggest award yet. UCentral reporter Abby Avers is in studio with senior Gabe Johnson. Abby?
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Gabe Johnson, a senior wrestler here at UCO. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Now, I want to talk a little bit about the biggest award of your career you just got. You were just named Division II Wrestler of the Year. What does this award mean to you?
It means everything. It kind of shows, like how much my work has paid off. I've never won that award, and just being recognized as the most dominant, that's voted on by the coaches. So not a lot of other coaches like UCO, so just receiving that from coaches around the nation is awesome, and it feels great.
Yeah. So not only did you pick up that honor, you also picked up your 3rd straight national title, where you also got awarded D2's Most Dominant Wrestler. What set this season apart from your previous 2 titles?
I think just knowing it was my last year, so going out there and leaving everything on the mat. I also didn't feel as much pressure as the year before because, I've been there multiple times, and, I was really wrestling for the team and wanted to go out there and do my best for the team and hopefully win as a team title and reach my individual goals. But less pressure, and it was a great season.
Yeah. So when you look back at your record, which is truly amazing, you were 114-16. How did you stay so consistent and dominant?
I think just trusting the coaches, following, listening to them, and just continue to learn. Even after winning the first title, I wanted to continue to develop my skills and continue to work hard. So, the record is awesome. It's just taking it one day at a time, really, is all it took.
Yeah. So you mentioned your coaches. Coach Todd Stidley was just named Division II Coach of the Year. How important has his coaching been to your success, especially during this championship run?
Coach Stidley, he's, means everything. He's a great coach, and he's been there with me. He's known me since I was a little kid, so it's kind of cool getting to accomplish these goals with him. And I trusted him from day one, and also Coach Chenoweth from day one, and they will do anything for us. They know we're wrestlers, but at the end of the day, they're, we have a great relationship with them as well.
Yeah, so you win Wrestler of the Year, he wins Coach of the Year. How special was that to get that recognition together?
It's awesome. He puts in a lot of work, and, he is the man behind the scenes, does a lot of things, and makes sure the ship is, always going, and he's always looking for the next thing. So for us to win it, and kind of for me to go out that way and us both win it, it's awesome,
So like I mentioned earlier, you are a senior and we will be losing you in May. What's next for you?
So I'm currently working on my master's and going to finish that next December, MBA. And then I'll also be helping coach with the team. So all of next year I'll probably be with the team, and then after that get into the workforce.
Well, absolutely. That is great news to hear. Congratulations again. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Abby. After the break, find out how the Thunder are doing after the All-Star break.
And I'll have the March Madness Final Four breakdown. Stay tuned.
I was raised to believe in the power of possibility, to always move forward but never forget where I came from, to value hard work, ingenuity, and hospitality. On one hand, my people are rough and rugged. On the other, refined and elegant. They taught me how to love beautiful things and cherish my past, to seek out adventure, eat well, and to have a good time. So I keep their traditions alive every place I go. They call me Oklahoma City, but you can call me the modern frontier.
UCentral News as a whole, you got to be in those different areas, like being on camera, being off camera, being in the control room. And so I feel like that is what prepared me most about being in the workplace.
UCentral and the mass comm department has provided me all the tools and the fundamentals that are needed in order to thrive well and thrive fast at my job.
Maybe it's time to hit the road and visit a place where stories unfold. This is the land of the ultimate road trip, with sights old and new on Route 66. There's fun to be had, so much to do, and a few new surprises before you get through. Oklahoma has the most miles to share of Route 66. It's really quite rare. TravelOK.com will show you the way. Come see for yourself this iconic highway.
The NCAA Men's Basketball National Championships featured so much madness coming from the Final Four teams: UConn, Illinois, Arizona, and Michigan. The first matchup of the Final Four was UConn versus Illinois. UConn got to the Final Four by passing through number 15 Furman, number 7 UCLA, number 3 Michigan State, and in the Elite Eight beating out Duke 73-72. Illinois marched their way to the Final Four, passing through number 14 Pennsylvania, number 11 VCU, number 2 Houston, and number 9 Iowa, beating them 71-59. UConn beat Illinois 71-62 to advance to the national championship final. The second matchup of the Final Four was Arizona versus Michigan. Arizona paved their way to the Final Four, beating out number 16 Long Island by a whopping 92-58, number 9 Utah State 78-66, number 4 Arkansas 109-88, and beating number 2 Purdue in the final 8 by 79-64 to move to the Final Four. Michigan moved their way to the Final Four by beating number 16 Howard, number 9 St. Louis, number 4 Alabama, and beating number 6 Tennessee in the last round. Michigan beat Arizona 91-73 to advance to the national championship game. The national championship game was a low-scoring one, ending with the Michigan Wolverines winning their first national championship since 1989 with a score of 69-63, beating the Huskies.
The Oklahoma City Thunder finished off their season on Sunday with a record of 64-18. This record puts them at the top of the Western Conference and gives them the best record in the league. The Thunder had an incredible season with one of the best defenses in the league and an MVP candidate in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. OKC's first playoff game will take place at 2:30 Central Time on Sunday, April 19th. Their first round matchup will be determined after the play-in tournament. The loser of the Suns versus Trailblazers matchup will play the winner of the Clippers versus Warriors matchup to determine who will get swept by the Thunder in the first round. The Western Conference is stacked with some great teams, which should make for a very exciting NBA playoffs.
Oklahoma is adding a professional football team here in the Sooner State. The UFL is looking for states across the nation to add 2 more teams to their current 8-team league, with Oklahoma being one of the target locations by 2028. Co-owner Mike Rappold's goal is to expand the league to 16 teams by 2035. According to ESPN, Mike Rappold released a statement about the great news for the Sooner State. Oklahoma lives and breathes football, so bringing the UFL to Oklahoma City was a no-brainer. This is a state that shows up, cares deeply, and knows the game of football. Whether it's one of the many college teams that you cheer for or your local high school team, we plan to build an incredible franchise in OKC that every fan across the state can get behind.
In minor league baseball, the Oklahoma City Comets are off to a decent start with a 9-8 record. They currently sit at the second place in the Pacific Coast League East. Sunday night's game against the Round Rock Express was a high-scoring showdown. OKC infielder Ryan Fitzgerald hit a grand slam in the second inning to give them an early lead. OKC won with a score of 12-11. On Tuesday, April 14th, the Comets went to Albuquerque to play a 5-game series against the Albuquerque Isotopes. Their next home game will be against the Tacoma Rainers from April 21st to April 26th.
Thanks for joining us for this edition of Inside Broncos Sports.
See you next time, Broncos. Good night.